What is going on, everybody? Anon here. And before we get into Scarlet Violet booster boxes, I just want to touch on our promo right now. We have elite notifications, restock notifications on the website. It's $3.99 a month. In addition, you have access to the sales that we run for product at a discounted price to market. So, for example, this Friday, and new elite members will not be eligible, but folks who were in elite before the 5th, I believe, will be available. We're going to run a sale. It's 2 booster boxes of Destined Rivals. I believe it's 1 ETB and 1 booster bundle for $6.25. So pretty decent discount to market. And then with Final Fantasy, we'll be running discounted bundles as well that I'll be creating. So anyway, if you want to join, it's $3.99 a month. If you join between now and I'm almost out of the 200 slots. So if you're going to join, you should probably join relatively quickly. We'll send you 4 packs of Destined Rivals, $19.99. Somebody was kind enough to post that is not MSRP. MSRP is $18, but there is shipping in there. And you're not shipping a damn thing for $2 nowadays. So anyway, that's price. The way it's going to work is you sign up on the 16th of May. We will send a coupon out to everybody. We will keep the sale up on the website for a couple days to make sure everybody can get it if they want it, if they qualify. And that's the way it is going to run. So there'll be a link in the description video if you want to join. And if you don't, hey, that's cool too. So anyway, on to the task at hand. So we have not looked at Scarlet Violet booster boxes in a couple weeks now. And let me build this up a little bit. I think what's really interesting as I'm going through this, and I don't follow the prices every day or every week. I actually like going through this because it forces me to engage in kind of the price action of the boxes. Because quite honestly, I don't care if they move $5, $10, $30 in either direction. That's not really my business, or the way I run my business, I should say. But there are a lot of undercut listings from new sellers, very little feedback, with 1 or 2 boxes undercutting the market, which I assume is a byproduct of all of the YouTube talking heads. I shouldn't say all of them because not everybody's saying the sky is falling, but there's enough goddamn clickbait subtitles of the bear market's here, panic, and you have a bunch of new people in here with product that they're dumping it on TCG Player. So the pricing that I pulled for today, it's based on the lowest listing. I didn't filter those out because I was just blowing through this relatively quickly to get the video out, and quite honestly, to finish kind of my work here. So that's interesting, but it's only certain sets like SV Base, Paradox Rift, Temporal, Surging, a lot of one-off boxes undercutting Surging, and obviously there's a reprint coming over the next couple weeks. We'll see if that does anything. I'm guessing not, but we'll see. The price is going to be much increased, similar to the last reprint. But anyway, so SV Base, we've been relatively constant here since May 6th. I pulled the quantity available because it, quite honestly, doesn't really matter that much at this point. It's not like somebody's dropping 5,000 boxes on the market. So really average sales. Just kind of show you what the sell-through is. Pal D Evolved, $249 all-time high. seven selling a day still. Obsidian Flames, the set that has like a $325 set value, is $220 a box because people love ripping it. And I just want to point out Obsidian Flames, Stellar Crown, 2 sets that have very, very easy pull rates for very different reasons. Obsidian Flames, the pull rates are just easy. Stellar Crown, smaller set, similar to Journey Together. So I know Journey's still a little bit on the pricey side at $200, but at some point, assuming it goes down, we're probably going to see a similar impact. Maybe not to this extent. The hits in Obsidian Stellar Crown are obviously a little bit more higher on the love scale, if you will, when it comes to Pokemon than Journey Together. But we'll see. So Paradox Rift 194 again. This is one there was like 2 boxes of just nobody sellers until you're back at 200. Same with Temporal. So these boxes are all around $200, decent sell through. 7 boxes for Paradox, 4 for Temporal. Twilight Masquerade back at 228. I believe this is an all-time high again. 7 of these sell in a day, so these are zooming again. Stellar Crown 202. 205 was a high. It's kind of there. 5 selling. Surging Sparks. I would have expected the sales to be up a little bit with the price down. It's not quite yet. But what we'll see with Prismatic and the price coming down with the second wave of restock coming out. The sales in Prismatic are through the roof because the prices come down. So Surging's at 238. We have another reprint coming. Again, don't know how big it is. Should have some idea relatively quickly or in the next week or two. But there's obviously enough new releases to this is kind of back burner. So Journey Together down to 203. 42 boxes a day sell through. Obviously, this is a number that's going to continue to decline. What's interesting is, and I watch this on every set. The quantity that comes out at release, you're normally between 2,000 and 2,500 boxes, and they slowly just disappear over time. And then when you're 6 or 8 weeks in, a lot of them just get pulled off the market. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen here, because when I was looking at the ones getting pulled off the market, it was Stellar Crown, Twilight, Temporal, boxes that were just sitting at 100, 105, 110, kind of in purgatory there. So I don't know if people just mothballed them and said, we're just going to sit in the corner and let Pokemon do what it does, or not. But Journey Together, there were 2,300 boxes plus probably 2,350 back on April 23rd. We're down a couple hundred boxes, so there'll be plenty of availability. This one, it's not going to need a second wave for a while, in my view. Destined Rivals, 269 on the boxes now. I don't know. Oh, you know what? This is the ETB price that I pulled. Let me check where the ETB is, because I wanted to see. What's interesting is the booster box. It seems like there's a bunch of big stores that are just kind of in a race to pre-sale as much of this as they can, which is it's super interesting, because it's almost like the stores realize that there is a lot of good product coming out, but there's only so many dollars. Let me change this. So this is 118. So let's get those pre-orders in when we can on TCG Player. And even though the sell-through is strong, you're selling through at a much larger dollar amount. So, for example, I looked at Destined Rivals booster boxes today, and there's like 2,000 that have sold. Well, at this point in time with Surging Sparks, there were like 5,000 that have sold. Now, it's the same effective gross dollars of sales. It's just the volume is that much lower. And, it's, I wouldn't say it's any less interest, but it could be. And then, the prices on TCG Player are never great when it comes to this stuff. So, we'll see what happens. And yeah, this is the ETB here. So 118. So, it's doing what it does every single time. It comes out high, drops down for release. And, I've said this before, and I've been quoted, the value of this set is going to be probably north of $2,000. Surging's like $1,400 right now, 14 and change. Do I think the booster box is going to be $300 at release? No, I don't. It's going to be somewhere in the mid twos, maybe a little bit higher. We'll see what happens closer to release here. Normally the stores take a choreographed step up. At least it's kind of what it looks like about 2 weeks before release. But the value of the cards in the set is going to support a higher price for booster boxes. So, yeah, I'm not saying buy it at 300, buy it $350. I'm sure I'll be misquoted by folks out there, but the value is going to be in the box. This is not going to be Obsidian Flames where the cards are just junk. So moving on. So 151, 225. This is right at an all-time high again on the ETBs for selling a day. I know there was a little bit of softness here. Paldean Fates 140 again, 7 a day. Haven't seen Paldean Fates since the February reprint. It's starting to dry up. I don't believe there's more coming to the market anytime soon, but yeah, who knows? Shrouded Fable, $57. Nobody cares. 6 a day. Prismatic. This is the one I want to talk about a little bit. So we basically got from $140 down to $118 in a couple weeks. And again, there was a large amount of product that came to market. Now, the sale price for these was anywhere between, initial release price plus a kicker to a little bit above MSRP to a little bit below $100. Every distributor does it differently. And, some of them they want to keep it in stock. So they increase the price to limit how much you have. Some of them want to sell them out, but they also want you to help take product that, may not move as quickly, which is awesome. I mean, I respect all these guys' business models. I mean, they've all been around for a long time. They'll continue to be around for a long time. And it's kind of the way the world works. But I would not expect the ETBs to come down much more from here. $120, you back out fees. Plus, I mean, shipping on these things are like $14. So, I mean, you're already at 87 to 95 of net proceeds on TCG Player at 118. There's just no way. And, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of them coming to big box stores for people to scalp. It's just, I think this is probably the soft spot. Not saying, if you want to buy them now. I think the sealed cases are probably a good play to start to lean into a little bit. But we'll see. We know there's a lot of booster bundles coming. I just don't know about the ETBs. I don't know if they'll do a reprint of the ETBs or not. We're going into the unknown here with new print lines coming or new print capacity / print lines coming online, if you will, across multiple facilities and US and Europe. So we'll see what their print strategy changes to, if at all, as this happens, and we'll see if they start reprinting ETBs. Who knows? So anyway, guys, hopefully this was educational and entertaining. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, join the Discord. Again, if you're interested in the 4-packs for $19.99 and the ability to participate in our sales, we are getting a fairly sizable quantity of product. It grows every release. Feel free to join Elite $3.99. You can join the wait list for premium as well. I keep that tight because I want to make sure that we have enough product to go around and they kind of get first dibs on things and a little bit of a better discount. So anyway, guys, have a good Tuesday night, and we'll see you tomorrow.